What is going on, everybody? My name is Nick from MWK Pop, and I want to welcome you to another episode of the Hot Highlights. As always, I'm going to be breaking down the last week's releases, giving you my top 3 songs of the week, and I'm going to point you in the direction of some album tracks I think that you need to listen to. So let's get it started right now. As always, we are going to start with my top 3 releases of the week. And this last week, we saw a bunch of releases from some very, very well-known groups and artists, depending on what your genre and style is. So it makes picking a top 3 very, very hard. The competition was fierce. And ultimately, though, we have to come up with the 3 of the week. And I did, in fact, do that. So let's get started with the song that comes in at number 3 for the week. Coming in at number 3, we have got Mina and her solo debut called I Am a Woman Too. This song, or actually I should say her solo debut, has been a rumor for a few years, and everybody has pretty much known that it was going to happen at some point. It was just a matter of when, and it happened this week, naturally, as we all know. Now, this song was, when it was announced, when it came out, everyone, me, and other people who were making comments about it around the internet were kind of really hoping that it wasn't going to be a ballad song like these, female or male, solo releases tend to be a lot of the time. And I'm pretty pleased with what they came out with, because one, it has aspects of a ballad song and a pop song to it, and they've combined them together to make this really, really great song. It has the vocal qualities and highlights of what we would call a ballad song, and it also has a pop sound and feel to it, which put it together. It's not really anything ground shattering, whatever, stunning, but I do think that it fits her style and character and all of that very, very well. So this is a very, very strong debut, I would say, solo debut from her. And I'm interested to see what else that she has got in store for us in the near future, hopefully. The next thing that we're going to be anticipating would be a Girls' Day comeback, but, we're going to have to make do with this Mina solo. So Mina at number 3, let's see who comes in at number 2 right now. Of course, coming in at number 2 is CLC with their debut song called Pepe. And of course, as a group that is coming out of Cube, which is a company that I absolutely love, I was bound where I was going to like this song just a little bit, and naturally they would be in my top 3 somewhere. It was just a matter of where they fell. And here are the 2 main things really that I love, or 3 main things I should say, that I really love about this song. 2 of them have to do with the music video, and 1 is generally about the song as a whole. Let's get started with number 1, the style inspirations, and we're gonna get started. Of course, the first thing I have to talk about is the retro style influence that you see in some of the outfits that they've got in the music video, which is really, really cool. I like it. The 50s, inspiration is neat. I like seeing it. I really, really enjoyed it a lot. The other part is that sexy / cute streetwear style that they've got, which was made popular, or more popular, by Girls' Generation and their music video for I Got a Boy. And, a lot of girl groups do it these days, but, it's not really anything terribly hard to do, but, it's just, one of those looks that is just really, really good and really nice to look at. And, you combine that with that retro influenced style, and all of the outfits in this entire music video are perfect. Now that brings us to this song, and overall this song is, it's really, really fun to listen to, but I do have to say that it is not the best, highlight of the girls' vocal abilities, because do they have vocal abilities? They must have vocal abilities, because they're singing. It just goes to the territory that you have to be good at it. But the song doesn't have any, way that they highlight that or show it off. But that's okay, that's perfectly fine, because the style fits the look and image very, very well, and it really does have a very A-Pink kind of feel to it, which is fantastic. A-Pink is a big group these days. I guess you can say they fell into a pretty decent amount of success So maybe CLC could be the group to, rise up and try and compete with A-Pink, or if and when A-Pink does disband, CLC will be the group that is there to, take up their position within the company and, maintain that cute style as well. So number 2, CLC. It had to be in my top 3 somewhere. They fell in at number 2. Who does that leave for number 1 though? Let's find out right now. Coming in at number 1 is Red Velvet and their new comeback song called Ice Cream Cake. They've changed their hair color, they have changed their looks. I don't know who is who, and as a result, I can't even tell who the new girl is. I can't identify any of them, which makes me, it's not sad, I like the change in look, it's very, very nice, but, I wish that I could actually tell who they are. And to be honest, probably if I spent a little bit more time learning their members' names and faces, I would be able to tell who they are. But as a result of me trying to follow everything in K-pop, I have not been able to do that. So this is what we're stuck with. I don't know who their faces. But let's talk about the song. Now, first of all, the song is fun. It is just a really, really, really fun song. The chorus is so good. I find myself a lot of times when the song comes on singing along to the chorus because of course it gets stuck in your head. You just can't help sing to it. It's so catchy. And I love the song, the music video, the choreography, just a lot of the things about this are perfect. The one thing I don't like about the song though is that it doesn't highlight any of the members' vocal abilities. And we all know that the main vocal in the group is Wendy, and I'm wondering where she is in this song. You don't hear her because of course in Happiness she had that feature where she hit the high notes, and she put on a vocal solo pretty much, and it's not present in this song. I want to hear Wendy featured, and I don't quite understand why the main vocal talent in the group wasn't featured in the song that is going to get the most attention for the group to promote their new album. I just don't understand why, but despite that being the only thing that I'm disappointed about, or being despite that being the only thing I'm disappointed about overall, I really love the song and the music video. And for once, this is probably my favorite song on the entire album. I find a lot of times that, for girl groups and boy groups alike, that the title track and the song that they use to promote their new albums is not really my favorite song. This one, on the other hand, is 1 or 2. We'll talk more about that when I recommend some album tracks that you need to listen to coming up right now, since we're done rounding out my top 3. Minna at number 3, CLC at number 2, and of course you just talked about Red Velvet in at number 1. So let's move on to some album tracks that I think that you should be listening to right now if you haven't already. So now that we've talked about my top 3, it is time to talk about some of the album tracks that I would like to point you towards, just in case you have overlooked them. We're going to start off with Red Velvet and the song Stupid Cupid, which would sit right next to or just in front of Ice Cream Cake as my favorite song on the album, on their mini album. And the reason for this basically is because this is a much more mature feeling pop song than Red Velvet has ever done before. Ice Cream Cake, much more mature and not as cute as Happiness was, but Happiness also, of course, Happiness was absolutely, totally cute in every single way. But Stupid Cupid is mature. It is very mature sounding. And while I listened to it, about a minute into the song, for the first time that I heard it, I was like, you know what? This song sounds like this is something that, Girls' Generation would do. This would be a very good fit for Girls' Generation, at least for an album track on one of their upcoming albums. Which, kind of got me thinking, but I'm going to share my thoughts in an upcoming episode of the K-Pop Blast, because we're going to be talking all about Red Velvet coming up on Wednesday, hopefully. But Stupid Cupid off of the new Red Velvet mini album is absolutely fantastic. And alright, sorry for that abrupt cut. That is unexpected and not planned. But the final 2 songs that I have got to suggest to you are both from CLC. Number 1 on their mini album is a continuation from Pepe in terms of, you know, the sound and cute style, but the thing that sells it for me is that groovy, funky bass beat that goes on in the background of that song. It's just one of those things. It's my soft spot. I can't help but like that. You know, I have a soft spot for some bass guitar, and I love, love, love hearing it. You know, and the chorus is fun and catchy, and you'll listen to it enough times, I guarantee that you will be able to sing along to it. Now, another song that I want to suggest to you off of this album is the final track on the album. I believe it's track number 5. And this song is the only reason why I'm suggesting this is because it is different from everything else on the album. I think there's only 3, 4 or 5 songs. I'm not entirely sure at this point in time. Can't remember what the number is exactly, but this is different. Of course, the reason why this is different though is because every other album on this song on this album is, you know, it's kind of like, you know, that cute upbeat style like Pepe is, similar to what A Pink does, but this song is like it's an acoustic song. We're going to call it an acoustic song because it's not entirely acoustic, but it is very, you know, but it does have a lot of acoustic elements to it, and I absolutely love it. It's really nice to listen to. And like I said, the only reason why I'm suggesting this is because it's different from anything else you will hear on this album. So that is all that I have got. We have just covered my top 3 for the week, some album tracks that I think that you should listen to. So that is going to be it for this episode. Get connected with me on social media, Twitter, message me on KakaoTalk, Facebook, ask me questions on AskFM, and like my Facebook page. Links are down in the description below. And if you want to see more episodes, more videos, be sure to subscribe. And that is going to be it for this week. As always, I'm going to thank you for watching. Let's see you all next time. Goodbye.